So I'm catching up on new horror movies that I've missed this year, and one of them is The Woman in the Yard. And The Woman in the Yard is one of the Blumhouse movies that released this year. And this movie follows Ramona, a recently widowed mother who relocates with her two children after her husband David dies in a car crash. Soon, a silent robed figure appears in their yard, triggering uncanny phenomena, flickering lights, missing items, and ruptures in reality. As the haunting intensifies, the mysterious woman ultimately embodies Ramona's suppressed guilt and suicidal despair, forcing her to confront the truth of her trauma in the hope of self-forgiveness. The Woman in the Yard explores the raw aftermath of a spouse's death and its ripple effect on family dynamics and how suppressed trauma can materialize as something monstrous. The narrative almost treats mental illness as both a horror device and a path to empathy, where The Woman in the Yard serves as a dark mirror externalizing Ramona's inner turmoil in that journey from self-condemnation to acceptance, which underpins the climactic confrontation. Danielle Deadwyler, who I believe played the mother in that one Emmett Till movie, she was incredible in that. I think she got an Oscar nomination for that too, which in my opinion was well deserved. She anchors the movie with a strong and outstanding portrayal of Ramona, navigating vulnerability and mounting terror with heartbreaking authenticity. Peyton Jackson and Estella Kihah bring credibility and emotional stakes as Ramona's children, switching between fear and fierce love. Russell Hornsby appears in some flashbacks as David, shaping our sense of loss, while Okoye Akpokwazili lends gravitas in a supporting role that deepens the movie's psychological layers. Director Jaime Colette Serra opts for a slow-burn claustrophobic approach, letting dread accumulate in domestic spaces, but the movie is too focused on delivering an emotional story that there's barely anything to even try and give a scare. Then once you do get to the big twist of the movie, it's kind of underwhelming. The cinematography with intimate framing and tight pacing ensures the narrative twist lands with emotional impact, but feels underwhelming, while the warped reflections heighten psychological realism. For horror fans seeking a character-driven study of guilt, it stands out as a quietly haunting ride into the human psyche, but other than that, there's nothing remotely scary about this movie, which is why I have to give it a C+, because it's just disappointing when it came to like that horror aspect to this movie. I thought there was going to be a lot more, but really it just focused too much on the emotional part of the story. And that's where this movie kind of fell a little flat for me. I have to give it a C+. Let me know what you think about this movie down below, and don't forget to like and follow.